Rose. All right, hey, Shalom. Shalom. All right, hey, we brothers here from Great Millstone, Atlanta. Also, being hosted by the Cleveland Camp as well as Chicago. Coming back through you through the Spirit. Of course, with another live lesson. Before we get started, of course, we want to give all praises, all glory, and honor to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. All right. Also, a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace, salutations, many blessings unto the elect of Israel scattered around the four corners of the earth, has given all diligence to make their calling of election sure. Shalom to you and also your families. All right. As you brothers can see, or you brothers and sisters can see the title, it reads, defending the true names of the Lord. Okay. And that's, something that's, being revisited through the Spirit. Okay, which of course everything is through the Spirit of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. And the Lord is really solidifying without a shadow of a doubt the true names. Okay, that's why we continue to revisit these topics and bring these things to the forefront so that the elect can learn and get built up through those proper names. Man. But you also have the adversary, Satan, which is also moving against that name, okay, to distort the information and try to turn those away. Okay, but we're here to say through the Spirit that the names of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM are confirmed and they're correct through the Spirit. Okay, and we're here. The Scripture speak about being a defender of the gospel, and that's why we're here. We're here to defend the gospel of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM through the Holy Scripture. Okay, and the word gospel, it means good news. Okay, which that's what makes you an evangelist. Is when you bring the good news. And one of the biggest breaking news things that we received in the truth was the name. Okay? So when we first heard the name of the Lord, it was automatic, like that's it. That was good news to us. So when you have these individuals out here trying to smear the name of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM and act as if it's not valid, then they are the ones that's trying to distort the good news, man. We're here to defend it and declare the truth of the Holy Scripture. Okay? So without further ado, whoever has a precept,
This Colossians chapter 1, verse 26, even the mystery which have been hid from ages and generations, but is now made manifest to his saints. All right, in the name of the Lord, the Heavenly Father and his Son, all right, who the world even calls Jesus Christ himself, was also a mystery. All right, but the Lord had made it manifest. Now the name is on the scene, man. All right, because why? The man of the Lord is starting to declare the name through the Spirit of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM.
Right. So Proverbs 30:4. Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist, who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? Right, so that's somewhat of a future prophecy or a rhetorical question. Right, because we're one of the only camps that so the two names, the Heavenly Father and the Son, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. Right, but that's a mystery. Right, that's the most. There's power in the name, but the world doesn't recognize it.
I got a precept. This is the prologue of Sharab, and this is the second paragraph. And it's saying, for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference when they are spoken in their own language. Right? And the names of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM is in the Paleo Hebrew. And his name is Yahweh, and his son name is YAHAWASHI. And if you translate it, if you put it in a different language, it don't have that same force. It don't have that same energy. It's more powerful, and it has its full power when it's spoken in its original language.
Acts 1:12. Neither is there salvation in any other. Exactly, man. No other power is going to save you but YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. Calling any other improper name, man, all right, it's going to get to your own destruction. It says, neither is there salvation in any other. For there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
Yeah. Hey, if I may say something concerning that precept, the Lord has likened the children of Israel to what? To a woman. Okay. Now, if you meet in a woman, one of the first things that you're going to trade with a woman is a name.
Right.
Okay. So why would the Lord give us all of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? You know, the truth and the brotherhood, and He's waiting to give you His name until later on. It's like so you mean to tell me I'm gonna marry a chick and I'm gonna get her a car and a house and have kids with her, and right before I die, I'm gonna tell her my name? That don't even make sense.
Yeah, right. Like even in society, like when a woman, if you marry a woman, she takes on with her last name.
Yeah. So how can we call ourselves Israel or princes of the power and we have not His name?
Yeah.
Who is the tribe of Judah? How do you say Judah? What does Judah mean?
Yeah.
You know, if there's, you know, you got the song that's called "I'm Not a Weak Jew." You know, so what does Judah mean then? It means Yahawah's praise. It means God's praise or the Lord's praise. It means Yahawah's praise. You see? So if the name is distorted or the Hebrew is distorted, then what does the name of Judah mean?
Yeah.
You know?
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. It says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but He revealeth His secret unto His servants, the prophets. And a part of those secrets, as well as the prophecy, is the name. You know, the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son, which, you know, adding on to the bishop's point, why would, you know, the Lord give us the knowledge of Him not being the so-called white man, you know, Him not, you know, coming with peace and rainbows, but He never gives us a name. He doesn't add up, you know.
That's right. It's John 17:6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world.
Yeah, get that up. Right.
John 17:6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world.
Yes, so there you have it, man. The Lord literally gave us the understanding, like not only just the precepts, the prophecies, like that, but also what else came with the prophecies, knowing the name, man, calling on the name. You know what I mean, so like leaving out the name, that's one of the most important things. That's a part of the doctrine. I mean, because if you calling on Jesus Christ and then you break it down the prophecy, all the other stuff is like it's throwing it off pretty much. It's throwing it off. Yeah, you know, I wanted to bring up that word manifest. All right, when you look up the word manifest, it's G5319 Faniro. It says to make manifest or visible or known what has been hidden or unknown. Yeah. And even when we go back during the time of Seth or whatever, you know what I mean, the Lord had to pretty much make known again like the name. And the name has always been there, man. You know what I mean? Just when we lost our heritage, Jeremiah 17, 4. You know what I mean? When we lost our heritage, we lost the name, but then when we came back to the understanding, the Lord gave us back the name. Yep. And just like you mentioned the point about Seth, when you look up the meaning of the name Seth in the Hebrew, it's Shatah, and it means compensation. You know, so the Lord is going to always compensate for whatever was so-called lost to the children of Israel. And what did we lose? The Lord said, because in Isaiah 59, if I believe, He said, it's because of your iniquities that I hid my face. But because YAHAWASHI is restoring the nation of Israel, He's compensating that name. He's recompensating that name. He's giving us the manifestation of being able to call on His name. That's where our power was. It was always in being able to call on the name. So now all of a sudden, you know, we don't have that in the time, one of the most pivotal times of us being a nation. Yeah. Some people say the name don't matter and all that. Like, the name does. Yeah, you got a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit more. It says, thine they were, and thou gavest them meat. We're talking about the elect, chosen. And they have kept thy word. Now they have known that all time, so like, read that again. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me. Yeah, like I said,
what comes along with that, man. I understand it, but the name, you got to keep harping on the name, man. The name is important. How else are we going to call on YAHAWASHI Mashah? Calling on God. God is the word means power. I mean, like Jesus, that's the Greek. I mean, like,
Which Jesus doesn't mean anything.
It says, and they have received them and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. Yeah, man. Like I said, the Lord pretty much equipped us with all we're gonna need to get saved, man. I mean, like, so you saying, like Nate talked about in recent videos, man. Like, you know, he's gonna be a hell accountable for what he's doing. You know?
I got a couple for you.
Yeah.
And that Acts 4 is plain, man. It says there's no salvation without it. You know, you can't get saved out the name of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. And this is Deuteronomy 29, and back up, Amos, the brother, brought out. It's Deuteronomy 29 and 29. The secret things belong to Yahawah power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. All right, in the book of Numbers, the 6th chapter, the last verse, it tells you to place the name upon Israel. So if the Lord is bringing his spirit back upon us, that name comes with it. Because the brother read in St. John, our Lord said he manifests the name to the disciples. Man. That's happening again. This is St. John chapter 14 and 13. Yeah. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. So when we pray, we got to pray in the name of YAHAWASHI. That's the password to get your prayers heard, man, so to say. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comfort that he may abide with you forever.
Right. What's the other comfort? Scripture. Right. Because the Lord, when the Lord was literally on the scene, he was the comfort. But they don't find the book. So when YAHAWASHI, got translated, or when God, like what happened was the Lord gave us the understanding later on, like I said, precepts, an understanding of what's going to happen in the latter days.
Even the spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive because he seeth him not. You neither know of him, but you know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. Now I'm going to jump down. This is verse 26. St. John 14:26. But the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance whatsoever I have said unto you. And the brother read that St. John, one of the things YAHAWASHI said unto the people, all right, was the name of the Heavenly Father. He said, I made it manifest. He made it known. So he's doing that again through what? The Holy Spirit. All right, now this is Micah 6 and 9. Yahweh's voice cried into the city. And what's the voice of the Lord? The prophet. All right, that's Hosea 12 and 10. The prophet is the voice of the Lord. According to Amos 3 and 7, truly the word of God will do nothing but reveal the secrets concerning the prophets. So the prophets have the name of the Lord. And it says what? And the man of wisdom shall see thy name. All right, and who's a wise man? It's Wisdom Solomon, the 7th chapter. It says in every generation, wisdom entering the holy souls, making them friends and prophets of the Lord. So the prophets are the wise men. And that would mean the prophets have the name of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI.
Right.
Here you the rider who has appointed.
I know, brother.
You got it. All right.
It's Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run up into it and it's safe. Just like the brother said before, you need the name of the Lord to obtain salvation, man.
Yeah.
All right, you can't call on Allah, Jehovah, Jesus to receive salvation, man. Because that's not the true name of the Lord, man.
If I may get one in real quick, this is Psalms chapter 72, and verse we start at 16. It says, there shall be a handful of corn in the earth upon the top of the mountains. The fruit thereof shall shake like Lebanon, and they of the city shall flourish like the grass of the earth. Here's the point, verse 17. His name shall endure forever. So you have Nathaniel 7 and the rest of his congregation that teaches the people, which they have a mass following, and they teach them that the name is so-called incommunicable. All right, because the scriptures in I think it's Wisdom of Solomon 14. It says the incommunicable name. That's talking about the idols. That's talking about the idols, man.
Because of the law, it says, be circumspect in all these things, make not mention of the names of the gods.
Mm-hmm.
You know, saying the names of idols, it's not the teaching sake is going on.
That's right. And if I may add to what the Elder Benji saying, it also, when it says the incommunicable name, when you go deeper into that word incommunicable, it means to be transferable, okay, or to be made like. And the Lord was basically saying that his name cannot be transferred to these other gods because it was going into the idols. So a lot of you individuals out here, you just listen to what these so-called leaders say for face value, but you don't do any digging, you don't do any researching, man. Right. The scriptures say that the Lord's name endures forever, man. You know, why would the Lord take away his name, which is one of the most powerful tools that you have as an Israelite, man? Okay? We're nothing without the name of the Lord.
Hey, real quick, this Psalm 23:3, he restores my soul, he leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Hey, the Lord brought us back so his name can be praised, man. It says the Lord chose the foolish things of the earth, so YAHAWASHI can be praised, man.
Yeah, that's what he told Nias when he said, Paul, he's gonna bear my name in front of the Gentiles and the kings, So basically that's what we're doing, man. We're bearing the name of the Heavenly Father and his son, YAHAWASHI, man.
I got a precept too.
I had a little bit more than that song. I'm gonna get out, man. Yeah, God. Psalm 72 and 17. His name shall endure forever. His name shall be continued as long as the sun. Woo! Cut. We want to get in there.
Shit, the sun ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it says, and men shall be blessed in him. All nations shall call him blessed. You see? So, hey, that's really more so like the same thing that goes into Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, where it says, if the sun and the moon and the stars, these ordinances depart, then Israel shall no more be a nation unto me. The Lord said his name is going to endure like the sun. The sun ain't going nowhere, like the other things you said, man. Hey, you have instances in the scriptures where the sun stayed up for 48 hours. Yeah. So YAHAWASHI, he's not to be, erased. His name is not going to be erased, man. No man on the earth has the power to take his name away, except he do. It was the Lord that took his name out of the earth, man. And it was the Lord YAHAWASHI that restored his name. So if you're teaching the congregation to not teaching those things, you're falling within the lines of the same individuals that did so when Yahushua was on the earth. Caiaphas, certain chief high priests, they were teaching the Israelites, the so-called the Christians, okay, to not teaching the name.
Yeah.
Peter, they told Peter and John not to teach in the name. Caiaphas, he knew that Yahushua was the son of the Most High, and he still plotted to put him to death. So if you're coming in that spirit, you're declaring yourselves as those that are not of the spirit of Yahweh.
I got 3 stuff real quick. This Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they will not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And of course, a part of that, remember yourselves, is also remembering the name of Yahweh.
Yeah.
It says, and shall know that I am Yahweh, their power. For I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. Amen. Amen. And that's what we do, man. So don't anybody that say that lets you know, one, that those people over there are fake Jews, man. And they're not the real people, right? We're the real people, man. And in the land, which is the scripture said, my sheep will hear my voice. You know what I'm saying? So hey, man, only we hear, man.
Right.
I got
Look at Acts chapter 5. Acts 5:27. It said, and when they had brought them, they set them before the council, and the high priest asked them, saying, did not we straightly command you, like it did, saying, did not we straightly command you that ye should not teach in his name? And see, even like going back into even during that time, man, they was always, you know what I mean, concerned about the name, like, you know what I mean, because that name is important, man. It holds weight, man. That's right. It's power. You know, but Mark brought it out earlier in the prologue. Like you can't use the word. The Lord ain't hearing God, man. He's not, like I said, he's not hearing the Lord, not hearing Jesus, and all those names don't matter, man. What matters is YAHAWASHI.
And just a quick example, you could be somewhere, you know, at a park somewhere, a child just can't say, "Hey, Dad," there's a whole bunch of dads around.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
you gotta get specific.
Yeah, no, the Lord, and he's very even you, not that word before, but he's very specific. What's that word? Meticulous. That's the word. That's the word I want to use. Like even going back to the time the biblical priest, man, it was a certain way you had to dress, you know what I mean? You had to wear the ephod and all that stuff. It was a certain way the Lord wants you to do things. Man. So how much more is name, man?
You can see it in order.
Yeah, bro. I got a little bit more, man. Acts 5:28. It says, saying, did not we straightly command you that ye should not teach in his name? And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. This is what Peter said. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahawah rather than men, man. So that we coming in the same stead, man. You know what I mean? Like we gonna do what's necessary in order for us to get saved. And part of that is teaching the name, man. Right. You know what I mean?
It's Psalms 124, verses 7 to 8. It says, our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The fowlers, the so-called white man Esau. It says, the snare is broken and we are escaped. Verse 8, our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. You know, that links like without earlier, Acts 4th chapter. Another name under heaven, whereby must be saved. Man. So the names of Yahawah, YAHAWASHI is important. You just get rid of that. Where's that help gonna come from? Man? Yeah. Like the brother said, it don't come from God and so-called Jesus Christ, man. You know?
Yeah, I got it. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15. I start at the top. It says, "But thou, O power, art gracious and true, long suffering and in mercy, ordering all things. For if we sin, we are thine, knowing thy power, but we will not sin, knowing that we are counting thine." This is the point, verse 3, it says, "For to know thee is perfect righteousness. Yeah, to know thy power is the root of immortality."
Yeah, it says to know thee. Hey, how did Moses know the Lord? Because the Lord revealed his name unto Moses. All right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got it.
I got it. Sirach 17:10, man. And the elect shall praise his holy name, man.
That's clear.
But that's plain as day, man.
Hey, if I may add real quick to you, hey, we haven't went wrong with praising the name.
Yeah, man. Where has Jesus like that? Man, Jesus and God, it ain't get us nowhere.
Jesus and God get these niggas shot up, bro.
And the scriptures say that we should be hated for his name's sake. What other name here on earth is getting all this backlash? Right. Hey, you got 2.7 billion Christians calling on Jesus and God. That's why the scriptures say, what is my name and what is my son's name? If thou can tell. 2.7 billion Christians calling upon that name.
And that's like
Allah is not getting backlash. So this is the only name getting backlash. You should be hated for my name's sake.
It comes from maybe how in the news. Anti-Semitic.
That's right.
Has the name, has the word anti-Semitic. That's the name of the Lord, man. It's cut.
He said he's still mad.
And the scriptures say that the name of the Lord should be dreadful among the heathen.
That's right.
Right. Hey, like the brother said, hey, the brother brought the scripture out in Baruch, the 2nd chapter, about how in the land of our captivity we're going to call on the name. Well, that means that prior to YAHAWASHI coming back, we'll have to call on a specific name. Yep. See, they try to use that scripture in Revelations where it says that he's going to write upon him a new name. Right. Well, when you look into the word "new" in the Greek, the word there is kainos. And when you go into the understanding of kainos in the Greek, it needs to be refreshed. Right? So the Lord's name has been here. He's the Alpha and the Omega. It's been here from the beginning. But he just renewed the understanding of his name through the elect, man.
Nothing new. It's like comparison. Like said, the new moon came in. Like the Lord didn't destroy the moon, create a new one. Just
Absolutely.
refresh it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one. This is Psalm 91, verse 14. It says, because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him.
Hey, it says, he shall call upon me. How you going to call upon a title?
Hmm?
You know, if you see somebody out here walking, let's say it's 10 men right there, and you say, hey man,
Yeah.
what man?
Right.
Which man? Which man are you talking about? Which man are you calling? You see what I'm saying? So the Lord said they're going to call upon me. And he said his name is incommunicable, meaning it can't be transferred. It can't be related. No other deity or idol is going to go by the name of YAHAWASHI. Okay? So when the Lord says that we're going to call upon him, he's talking about that very distinct name, man. And that name has been restored. We haven't been let down by calling on that name. We can verify through the text, of course, but we can also verify through testimony. I'm pretty sure every brother in this room has a testimony and has seen the results of calling on that name. You've seen the power, you felt it, you understood it. It's never let us down to this day, man.
What's up? Book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, is a strong tower. The righteous run up into it and it's safe.
The righteous run into it and it's safe, man. And you other people not running into that name, man. All right? The righteous are running to it. Hey, the home base, man. Slide to it, man. You know, the name of the Lord is that strong power, man. But the scriptures also say the elect, Romans 11:7.
Yeah.
The election have obtained, but the rest were blinded, man. All right, because if you don't understand or you can't comprehend it, that means it ain't for you.
I got a piece of this. This is Acts chapter 4. This is Acts chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Yeah, right. So it says, whosoever call on the name of the Lord, you gotta call on the name of the Lord to be saved. And in order to do that, you gotta know his name.
Right.
You gotta know his proper name. And he only has one name.
And that's a cut because you Christians out there believe that, you know, saved is when they dip you in water, man. And, you know, you're saved. And, you know, no, saved means to be, you know, rescued from danger and destruction, man. All right, so you're going to have to call upon that name at the time that's approaching, man. Not now. Oh, they dipped me in some water. I'm saved. You saved from what? Getting on the chariot. That's about it.
This is 2 Andrews 2:45. He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms. And that receive palms represents getting the victory. That's that salvation, man. All right. How did it say we got it? By confessing the name of the Most High, which is Yahawah. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. All right, and that Son is talking about YAHAWASHI. Going to that Proverbs 34, the elder brother Tom Panya brought out earlier. All right, what's his name and what's his son's name? Thou shalt tell. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Yeah, how you gonna stand stiffly for the name of the Lord if you don't know it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
man, them Christians and them people out there in the world that don't like the Holy Spirit, they literally say anything. You know,
They be saying he got many now.
Yeah.
IUIC said, call him
But and here it is, the IUIC doctrine, they have to change their name to Ben Israel.
Yeah.
Right. Hold on, but the Lord, so here it is, you can change your name to Ben. You have to change your name to Ben. You have to go to Esau and pay to change your name to Ben Israel, but the Lord name doesn't change.
Right. His name don't matter. Lord, come on, man.
Yeah, I got something. That's it right there. It's Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. It says, even thou still shalt be discontinued from thy heritage that I have gained. I will cause you to serve thy enemy in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger which shall burn forever. Just like the elders elaborate on, it's a refreshing. The
Lord is telling him to renew his name. The Lord changed not, man. He stayed the same throughout. The Lord come back with a new name. The Lord said he was discontinued for our heritage. The name, that was part of our heritage. That was our power. That's what made us holy, man. The whole world is calling on the same name.
That's not what you are.
It's Second Ezra chapter 14 and 22. But if I found grace before thee, send the Holy Spirit into me, and I shall write all that have been done in the world since the beginning, which were written in thy law, that man might find thy path, and that they which live in the latter days may live. Man, and what's that path, man? All right, that path of coming back to our ancient culture. Which finding that path, you have to know the name. You know, instantly, because you have to. It starts with the name, like the brother said. You know, some folly I better take her. How you doing? My name is Antoine.
Right.
Introduce. It starts with the name, man.
And I got one.
It starts with the name.
But then when I turned to the people of pure language, they may all call upon the name of Yahweh to serve him with one consent.
That 1%, man, we are. The Lord wants to be in unison. I mean, when the Lord come back, he wants us all to praise him. Like I said, them Christians, man, they don't understand what's going on, man. You know what I mean?
That word return right there means to return. Going back to that refreshing. My brother's going into it. The Lord is giving us that reference back, giving us his name.
And the scripture say the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. So that means basically you're gonna pick up where you left off at.
Yeah. I looked up heritage because the brother mentioned heritage in Jeremiah 34. And I Googled it and I looked up the third definition. It said Christians or the ancient Israelites seen as God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, that's one talking about us, man. Right? We got discontinued. We took his name away from us and everything, man. But it's now back and we're exalting his name because he's speaking on the kingdom.
That's right, man. And if you understand, before the Lord's name was known as Yahawah, it was known as something else, but he didn't give us that name. That's the difference. The difference is Al-Shadia wasn't given to the world. Okay, he was known as that.
Right.
Okay,
That was his reputation.
that was his reputation. And if I may, Baba Kushal, I got 2 precepts that I want to bring in here, just to give, because the name of this lesson is defending the name of the Lord. So we want to go into the inception of it. This is Genesis chapter 17, verse 1. It says, and when Abraham was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abraham and said unto him, I am the Almighty Power. Walk before me and be thou perfect. When you look into the word Almighty there, and this is prior to Moses. When you look into the word Almighty Lord there, the word there in the Hebrew, it'll say El Shaddai in the Yiddish, but in the proper Hebrew is going to say Allah Shadi, which means Allah means power and Shadi means terrible, okay, or you could say demon-like, okay, or fierce. Why was he known as the Allah Shadi, or the terrible power, the terrible fierce power? Because he flooded the earth. Okay, and then after the flooding of the earth, you had the repopulation through what? Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay, and all of the records was recorded. You had the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is, what I'm saying, you had, other descendants of those 3 that wrote about the flood, man. Okay, but the holy seed of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua was preserved through Shem. Okay, and through Shem, which means name, all right, he brought forth a seed which was Israel, and through Israel he gave his name to. Okay, so understand how it came about. Okay, before his name was given, he preserved it through a man named Shem, which means name, and then he gave the name to a descendant of Shem. And I want to get that real quick. This is Exodus chapter 3. Exodus chapter 3 and verse 14. It says, and the Most High said unto Moses, I am that I am. And when you look into that text in Hebrew, it's Ahaya Ashar Ahaya, which means I am that I am. It says, and he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am have sent you. And the Most High said, moreover. See, now we're getting into context now. Now he's saying, moreover, which means, but now say this, okay? It's, yeah. I'll jump back up to 13. It says, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Lord power of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, have sent me unto you. And when you look into the word Lord there in all caps, in the Hebrew it was written YAHAWAH, and you pronounce it Yahawah. So for you to come on the scene and say that the Hebrew is distorted and that, you know, we don't have the true name and these times that'll be restored you don't have the proper understanding of the scripture. Right? You know, you want me to jump up to 13? All right, this is Exodus 3 and 13. It says, and Moses said unto God, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, the power of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them?
Right. See, that's what they like. This thing was going all over about it. Like, people want to know, okay, what is this God that you pray? Who is this God? Man, that's the same thing they want to know. That the Lord had to give them verse 14. He gave the name, man. You know what I mean?
And it was the name that was given was Yahawah, and which is the name where we're going to be saved by. You see?
I got something to add to that. It's perfect. Isaiah 42:8. I am the Lord. That is my name. When you go into the Hebrew, the word if the Lord is Yahawah. You know, that's directly to the point. It says, I am the Lord. That is my name. And my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images.
Which goes into the incommunicable name, the name that cannot be transferred, or the name that cannot be shareable. That's why he said, my glory will I not give to another. And IUIC likes to use that incommunicable name to reference that the Lord's name can't be spoken, the Lord's name can't be communicated. When the word communication, the word commune only means to share. Right? It don't mean to talk. It don't mean to speak. It means to share or transfer. So when we communicate with each other, we're sharing words. Okay? So when the Lord said that his name is incommunicable, it means that it's not transferable or shareable to these other idols and these other deities, man. Okay? Not that nobody is going to know the name of the Lord. Okay?
Like read that scripture, I think it's 1 Timothy 6th chapter, I think Apostle Ramla put it out. We speak about those that basically have money, you know, be willing to distribute and basically be willing to communicate. When you go into that word communicate, it don't mean that actually, like you said, it don't mean to talk, it means to share.
Yep.
You know, you got certain riches you're supposed to share your wealth, you know, with the rest of the flock. Right, you know.
I got something on. It's John 4:22. Ye worship ye know not what. It said, ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. And that's what it is, man. You know, the things that y'all people is worshiping, y'all got a clue who they are, man. Jake, they worshiping, things that, statues, things that can't smell, see, and we know who we worship, man. And we confident in the name of YAHAWASHI, man. All right. So yeah, that's a straight cut, man. You got IUIC out there worshiping Christ, man. Who is Christ?
That's a title.
All right. It says verse 23. It said, but the hour cometh, and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him.
Yeah. Part of that all goes back to the name. God know the name have with the elders apostles considered 100% doctrine. I mean, but us having 100% doctrine is, the name. But we gotta keep harping on the name. Jake doesn't get it.
It said the Father seeketh such to worship him. That goes back to ye have not chosen me, I have chosen you.
It's 24.
All right, verse 24. It said Yahawah is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth, man.
So if you gonna call yourself a all know that Yahawashi was a Hebrew, right? Hebrew Israelite, so he had a Hebrew name. That's man. Yeah, as well as the Heavenly Father.
I got some. This is Isaiah 59:19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard."
They fear that name.
Yeah.
They fear that, and that goes back to the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen, man. Hey, when they had the name of the Lord on the news, they didn't even say the name of the Lord. They didn't even speak it. They just showed it, you know.
The demons on them know.
That's right.
And I'm gonna say this too, man. The Egyptians, which were the Africans that came out the line of Mizraim, they was petrified of the name of Yahweh. Okay, they were terrified, man, because the Lord showed great signs and miracles in Egypt, and when Moses was declaring that these miracles and these wonders were being done by Yahweh, they were scared of that name, man. And that traveled to the rest of the heathens, man.
Spirit. Hey,
you know,
Jonah. Remember when Jonah was on the ship and they said they gotta be your power. They gotta only your power can do this.
You know? Hey, I tell you, you had the name of the Lord travel throughout the rest of the heathenistic nations after that departing of the Red Sea, man. They were terrified of the name of the Lord, man. And guess what? The Lord is going to do that again.
This is Ezekiel 38 and 21. Now I will call for a sword against them throughout all my mountains, saith the Lord Yahweh. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. And that's the one of the Spring World War III that's going to happen. I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood. I will rain upon him and upon his friends and upon the many people that are with him, and overflowing rain and great hailstones, fire and brimstone. When the Lord comes to interrupt that World War III and blast these heathens, right, these armies with a concentrated fire, right? And it says, "Thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations. They shall know that I am Yahweh." So the Lord is setting this all up so they can know who he is, man. So we gotta profess that name. We say it's gonna happen. So when it comes to pass, everybody knows who did it, man. All right, Yahawah, Yahawashi.
Just going back to the brother Abraham was talking about fear this time. Pretty much, I mean, if people being scared of the name, this is Luke chapter 10 verse 17. It said, "And 70 returned after again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject to us through thy name." You know what I mean? So the name, like I said, people don't understand like the importance of words. You know what I mean? That's why Apostle Barak, he always he's a wordsmith. He always brings out certain words and get more understanding on that. But in the spiritual realm, like the demons, they understand. It's an account in the book of Acts, I believe the 17th chapter, when they it's like Paul I know, you know what I mean, how shall I know, you know what I mean? But them spirits, they understand, man. You can cast out demons through the name.
And if I may add, going into the power of words, words are the manifestation of the spirit. Yeah. You know, so that like the scripture say, life and death is in the power of the tongue, and if such as man love shall he have. Also speaks about how you have the power to either blow a fire or spit on it. You know what I'm saying? It's in the apocrypha. I'm just roughly paraphrasing. So the thing is when you quench the name of the Lord, okay, you're declaring that your spirit doesn't believe in that name. You don't have faith. You know, and YAHAWASHI is getting ready to declare his name, which he's already been declaring his name. Okay? But he's going to magnify his name through judgment, man. Okay? That's how he magnified his name in Egypt. Was through judgment. He magnified his name in after the flood through what? Judgment. He had to flood the earth. Then he was known as the Alashai. Okay? He had to bring down Egypt, and that was when it was known that his name is Yahweh. Okay? So we're in a time, a very pivotal time, where the world is going to know that the name of the Creator and his only begotten Son is Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. And he's going to be the one to declare it through the judgments, man. It's all going to come through the Lord because he needs credit. Okay? People are walking around the earth and giving him no credit whatsoever. They disrespectful. They don't acknowledge him in all his ways. They're not fearful. They don't reverence him. And it's gonna get to a point where he's gonna pour out judgment in the world and to declare his name.
I got you, bro, on that.
I
I got it on point right here, bro. I got Egypt. This Exodus 9:14, it says, "For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thy heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I will stretch out my hand that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth." This is the point. "And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth." So like the brother was saying, man, all right, the Lord is, basically raising up all these heathens up, man, for war. But at the end of the day, ain't none of those names gonna be declared, man, because like we always make mention, everybody, fighting for that number one power, man. But at the end of all this, man, only name that's gonna be declared is YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI.
That's right, bro. That's right.
Through his judgment.
Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 21. "But I have pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel have profaned among the heathen, whither they went." So Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushua has a powerful name, and which is the reason why bad things is happening. When you profane the holy name like that, bad things are gonna happen. That's why the Lord gonna send out plagues. It's gonna be a famine out here. The Lord gonna destroy America by ICBM missiles. So that's what's gonna happen when you profane that name like that. Then the Lord gonna come back, and everybody gonna see him, and it's all gonna be revealed. Then we're gonna get the kingdom, we're gonna be out of here. So it's all about the name, man. So when you push that vibration, that's when it determines your fate. If you preach that name or not. And if you preach it, then the Lord's gonna fight for you. But if you don't push it, then the Lord's gonna fight against you. And that's what it all boils down to at the end of the day.
I got a precept. It's Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 7. "So will I make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them pollute my holy name anymore. And the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, the Holy One in Israel." Hey, man, people are going to know, like, oh, yeah, that's their power, man.
Right.
Because, like, he's going to show them, man. Actually, he's showing, you know what I'm saying? It's going to get manifest, like the brother said, man. It's going to go to a extreme level they've never seen. Because YAHAWASHI is going to lift up that standard against the heathen.
And if I may add real quick about Shah, and what's going to happen is when the Lord lifts up that standard and he, creates this mass judgment in the earth, he's going to use the servants that's trustworthy, because he knows that when it happens, brothers are going to declare that name. He's not just going to just lift up a standard for a regular nigga that don't know his name. He's going to lift up a standard for a brother that's been laboring, a brother that's been toiling, and that truly believes that this is my power. And once he does these miracles and these wonders in the standard, that the Spirit of the Lord is going to move on brothers and say, to declare it. His name is going to be declared to all of the heathen. And 2/3, man. And then from that point on, his name is going to be glorified forevermore, man. That's right. And that's what we want. We don't want self-glorification. We don't want glorification for ourselves at anything. We want YAHAWASHI to get his credit, man. He created the earth. He created the firmament, the heavens. Okay? He needs recognition. He needs reverence. He needs respect, man. And that's why the Lord set us up to be what? Defenders of the gospel, man. And like I mentioned earlier in the lesson, the word gospel, it means good news. Okay? And what's part of the good news? The name. That's great news, man. Bro, when I first heard the name, I cried. It touched my spirit. And I'm pretty sure all of you brothers have a testimony concerning the name, brothers. So once the Lord gets his glorification, man, that's what's going to make us really, appreciate having this truth, man. Because the world, they can't stand the Lord, man.
Yeah.
And he ain't even did nothing to you goddamn niggas, man. You know? They hate the Lord, man. They hate the Lord's name. You know why? Because they don't want to come up under the yoke, man. So the Lord is going to bring judgment into the planet Earth to declare it, man. Every eye shall see and every knee shall bow, man. That's what's getting ready to happen, man. Lord, he's not going to keep talking to Jake all the time, man. He's going to start showing you what it is, man. And you need.
Because shit, we getting tired of Jake, man. I'm asking the most high.
Hey, can I say something about what the brother said? I got a scripture real quick. This Luke 19:27, but those my enemies which would not that I shall reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me, man. So, hey, like the brother said, they don't want to come up under that yoke. They don't want to come up under order. And man, this talking to our people, man. You know, you people out there that want to put your faith and trust in these idols, man. If you don't want to come up under that name, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, man, you're going to get slayed, man.
Yeah. That's what.
Oh, good. No, I was gonna say, it's just like how Jake treat their kids in general. You talk to them first, talk to them multiple times, and then it's like, all right, it seems like you don't understand talking.
I'm gonna let that belt talk.
I'm gonna let the belt talk. Ain't no trying. No, I understand. No, too late now, right, bro. Now you get your ass.
That's why the scripture say the same must do it at the death by pain.
You got it.
This is Isaiah 26. What was that part you sticking up?
Oh no, I was saying that you talk to your kids first, but then that ass will come along if you don't listen.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is the book of Isaiah 26:9. It says, with my soul have I desired thee in the night, yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. So once these people not gonna learn, learn to respect the Most High until the Most High start getting down. Yeah. That's why when motherfuckers get put to death, bro, the brothers be praising the Heavenly Father because that was judgment, man. You know what I mean? Scripture says you son of a perish. Job 4:7, 4:8.
Hey, it's like this. You clean up a house and stuff like that, and you tell your brothers in the house like, hey man, yo, you need to get cleaning, bro. Yeah. Like yo, Pops is coming home. You know what I'm saying? And then they was like, man, skip that, man. He ain't coming home. What you talking about? I'm going out to play with the heathens and stuff like that. Like, okay, you gonna get your ass caught outside.
Get up at 5. We don't know Mom's gonna get up early.
Well, we don't know when he's coming home. We know they coming home. We just know he coming.
Yeah, man. You know, hey, we're gonna go ahead and get some holy precepts as well.
This is Romans chapter 14, verse 11. It says, for it is written, as I live, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to the Most High.
That's right. Hey, and we're confessing YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI to the world, man. But the world is denying their confession. Okay? So what's going to happen is the Lord is going to manifest, wonders, signs, miracles, and power, so that these people will be left with no other option than to confess that the Lord is YAHAWASHI. The Egyptians had to learn the hard way. But guess what? I guarantee you, they knew that the name of the Lord was Yahweh. Okay? And that's what's going to happen in the planet Earth. And that's why we're here to defend the name, because you got certain of you Israelites out here, and you try to throw mud on the name of the Lord, man. Yeah. And that shit ain't right. So yeah, man, that's jacked up, man. Telling your congregation to call on Jesus. I don't even like saying Jesus.
When you find out that the letter J wasn't even invented to the early 1600s, that should just like what other rebuttal should you have? Yeah. Like after you find that out, how can you go against the name?
Mm-hmm. Or there was no use in the
like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what it is.
And that shows you the power of the Most High, YAHAWASHI, because he said he'll give you a strong delusion when you believe in a lie. Because he controls both ends. Right. So we can't give Esau the credit, man. The Lord is cold.
And scripture statement.
I got a quick for you. It's Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 34. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, For they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest of them, says the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity and I will remember their sin no more. So the end all be all, just like the brother brought up, precept he had, everybody's going to bow down to the name of the Lord, and everybody's going to know. And that's the reason why all of this is going to transpire.
Yeah, that's going to take place in the kingdom.
Time, yeah, the kingdom, time.
I got some. Listen, it's Philippians chapter 2, verse 9. It say, wherefore the Most High, Yahweh also have highly exalted him. This is talking about Yahawashi. It say, and given him a name which is above every name. That at the name of Yahawashi, every knee shall bow of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth.
Hey, they say the Lord said that He gave a name that was above all names. So you have the title God that's being used and represented for all kinds of deities, man. You got Zeus, the god of lightning, and Hermes, the god. And so the Lord's name is God. How is that above any other deity?
I think Corinthians says there's God's many, Lord's many.
And then, like he said that the brother brought out in Acts the second chapter, when it says whosoever, when you look into that word, whosoever is being real specific, you know, so it don't mean that you just call on any name and, you know, you call on the Heavenly Father. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right, man. You know, so the Lord's name is going to be exalted above all deities.
Y'all bring it up real quick. Y'all just out the spirit.
It's Zechariah 14 and verse 9. It says, the Lord shall be king over all the earth, and in that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one.
Right? That's the close. That's the close.
Hey. So, Lord willing, you know, we hope and pray that was edifying, and you know that, hey, man, through the Spirit of the Lord, you know, YAHWASHI, those are the true names. Don't allow these individuals to trick you if you're of the elect. You know, believe in that name, call on that name, and it'll manifest that it is the true name in your walk. And not only, like I said, not only can we verify that through text and through studying, but we can also verify that through experience, man. You know, that is the true names, man. Okay? And through that name, the Lord has, you know, he's continued to be with us, man. He's continued to help us and be a support, a comfort, a father. Okay? He chastises us. He through that name, he's literally preparing us to be joined unto him, Lord willing, to be of the elect. So we want to say that don't let these other individuals deter you, man. Okay? Follow the spirit of YAHWASHI, man. It won't lead you wrong, man. Okay? So Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson. We hope and pray that we built you brothers and sisters up through the spirit. We want to close it out, giving all praises, glory, and honor to All right, double honors also once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, safety, much love to the elect, and then to the children. To the next lesson, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Take that shit.
Oh, great.